Ah, another franchise, potentially being destroyed by Jared Leto. Can it survive? Cans. On. Let's find out.
All that stuff that only exists in legends and bedtime stories. Talking tigers, spaceships, and magic swords that can make a man as mighty as a god. Where I come from, that stuff is real.
What?
Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe.
What?
So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. There's
This obsession with nerd stuff and sword things, it's not a good look for human resources.
Ah, yes, nerd stuff and sword things. I love when we call it that
I know it sounds crazy.
in a movie.
But that sword is gonna show me the way home.
Sir, you can't do that.
Don't worry, the sword's mine.
Oh my goodness. I mean, if it's coming out in summer,
That's weird.
then they clearly are trusting this movie. I do not know about how this looks, though. Is that Idris Elba?
What am I supposed to do? Take the sword. You protect them.
He-Man. We didn't get to see any Skeletor in that. Oh. It looks like a lot of CG, I'll say that. Okay, wait a minute. Was that Idris Elba? It is. Okay, cool. I'm not crazy. I was like, what the heck? Didn't know Idris Elba was gonna be in this. Well, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna talk about this, but before we do, I want to know what you feel about He-Man, Masters of the Universe, and where are you at with it? I personally watched the movies that they did, or the mini-series that they did recently, and I really enjoyed that. I had a really good time with that. I actually did reviews of it over on my main channel, VampX13. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you check it out. But I was surprised at just how much I fell in love with this universe, and I am very excited to check out this movie, although I am a bit nervous because I feel the visuals in this, while I love that it's so committed to recreating the fantastical nature of the world, it just looks like everything is not practical. It looks like everything here that we're seeing is like CG. And I don't necessarily think that that is bad, but when it's that obvious to my eyes, when it's kind of taking me out of being grounded in the world, that I think is a problem. Now, granted, this is only a trailer. This is only a teaser trailer. So I'm totally down to see some more of this. And I will say, I think that the actor that they cast as our He-Man does look the part. Of course, they made him look the part because I do believe the lead actor, Nicholas Galitzine, looked quite a bit different before this. I know he was in a movie called The Idea of You with Anne Hathaway, which I have heard is one of the worst romantic comedies of all time, and that everyone is terrible in that movie. So it's not necessarily a black mark on his record, but it is one of the only other things I know him from. So it's not necessarily a positive on his record either, because that movie just was not great and he just happened to be in it, I feel. It does look like there's a charm that he's bringing to his role as Adam that I think is very fitting for the character, because while Adam is a very muscular, strong man, he is also like a sweetheart, I feel, and that is something I really love about Adam. He's all about his friendship, his friends, and doing what's right for his people, and he really is a good prince. So I think there is a sense of charm that I'm already getting with this character that I like. His tight pink shirt. Guys, is it gay to wear a tight pink shirt? Yeah, I'm very excited. I think that He-Man is just a really amazing character. The world is really cool. The story is really cool. And it is very fantastical. So you need to have that element of fantasy and whimsy and wonder and just like anything is possible. And I think they're trying to capture that with this. But how successful they'll be, I guess we'll see about that. I'm also not sure how I feel about him being in Earth and then coming into this realm. The whole idea of someone being like, I see you're into sword stuff is like, what is this script? That makes me nervous. That line made me nervous. And I know that's not supposed to be a likable character, so I understand her being reductive of what it is all part of probably the issue there. But just who talks like that? People don't talk like that. And I know it's a fantasy story, but if you want people to connect with it, it needs to feel grounded in some way. Fantasy is always grounded in things that we can relate to. So even though the trappings of the story are fantastical, there are core principles that emotionally allow us to connect with characters. That's why Lord of the Rings is such an amazing story, because we connect with the emotions of the characters, and we connect with their relationship to one another, their friendships, their love, the idea of wanting to protect a world that you hold dear, and the idea of fighting against darkness and evil. So all of that is relatable, right? So you just need to make sure that that's all in there in a way that allows you to connect with everything. I will say, I thought we weren't going to get a little look at Skeletor, but we did get a little one. And, you know, you can't even see Jared Leto. So I imagine it's going to be a lot of physical stuff that he's doing mixed with body doubles and him doing a voice. We'll hear the voice, but we didn't hear the voice here. I am very curious to hear what his Skeletor voice will be like. Jokes aside that I made at the beginning of this video, I will say I do think, I don't know about Jared Leto as a person, because I've read some things, but Jared Leto as an actor, I think he's actually pretty good, and he kind of gets a bad rap for other stuff that then people want to say he's not a good actor, and I disagree. I do think he has promise as an actor. The fact that Idris Elba is also in this, I think that's really cool. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great performers that are clearly in this movie, but will that be enough? I think it's really going to be dependent on the script for Masters of the Universe. Who's doing the script for this? Should I be worried? Writers Chris Butler, Aaron Nee, and Adam Nee. Well, one of them is named Adam, so. And Dave Callahan. Okay, already I'm nervous because there's 4 screenwriters. I feel like sometimes too many cooks. Oh, Dave Callahan is known for Shang-Chi, Spider-Man Across the Universe. Okay. Well, Dave Callahan might be my one saving grace really on this list that I feel the most confident about, because he's worked on 2 projects that I absolutely loved. So, okay, all right. And that feel like they fit within this realm of storytelling, because they are both fantastical in nature, being in the superhero sphere, which is, you know, fantasy. So that's awesome, and that's exciting. And okay, all right, okay, you know what? Let's wait and see how the writing goes. We'll see. But the fact that there are 4 writers on it does still make me a little wary. I just feel screenplays that have 1 or 2 writers tend to be some of the stronger ones, because what that says to me is that they felt they needed to bring in like other people to tweak or adjust things, or they were missing something from whoever they wanted to do the writing initially, or whatever their first edition of the script maybe was. Because it might not be that they all sat down and wrote this together, right? It could be that initially the screenplay was written by one person and then other people came in and reworked it. So I'm just hoping that it has a clear artistic vision, because I think with this movie, you really want to understand the heart of He-Man in order for it to sing and just ring true with a lot of audiences, because it is a little goofy, but at its core, it's such a heartwarming story, such an empowering story, that I am excited to see what they do. I am also feeling, though, we do have a lot of animated stuff and it's all really good. So there is a part of me that's like, do we need a live action? But if it brings more people into the He-Man fandom, then I'm here for it. I just hope it's good so that it can do that. That's pretty much all I have for this. I've already talked for far too long. I'm just really excited for He-Man, if you can't tell. I really like this universe, so I really hope this is good. I'll see you guys down in the comments where we can discuss our thoughts on Masters of the Universe and He-Man at large. And until next time, friends, as always, stay nerdy. Bye! And if you like when I react to big, fantastical productions, you need to check this out. I had so many feelings.